Welcome back to the conference. A warm reminder for you, if you have any questions for our speakers, please submit it through the live Q&A chat box. Our speakers will answer selected questions. Thank you. Next, we are pleased to have Ms. Olivia JUNG, Senior Student Counselor, Wellness and Counseling Center, the Chinese University of Hong Kong, to share CUHK's initiatives in building a positive campus. Ms. JUNG, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon, I'm Olivia. First of all, I would like to thank FSTE to invite me to be part of this meaningful conference. Today's topic is about the continuous effort in building a positive campus. And I'm going to share some example of student support in CUHK. But before we share the examples, maybe you will have questions like, why do we need to put so much effort in building a positive campus? Why do we need a positive campus? First and foremost, it is for the mental health of our students. Well, I guess some of you, like me, have a very vivid memory about the headlines of the news report around 5 years ago. The headlines were about student suicides. Well, we were so disheartened to see that so many young people took away their life at that time, and we really want to do something to prevent it from happening. So at that time, the government has set up a committee on prevention of student suicide to investigate the factors contributing to student suicide, as well as ways to improve the mental health of our students. And actually, CUHK have done the same. So we also set up a task force to investigate the reason about student suicide, and then we try to implement some of the measures in order to increase the mental well-being of our students. Okay, but back to the statistics. So there was an increase in incidents of suicide among people who age 15 to 24 from 2014 to 2017. The figure increased from 52 to 79, so which is actually an alarming number. And there are actually other statistics showing that the mental wellness of our students is not as good as we thought. In a recent study in 2018, which is conducted to all the university students in Hong Kong, it shows that the university students in Hong Kong, around 27% of them are actually having moderate or above depressive symptoms, and around 20% of them are having moderate or above anxiety symptoms. In fact, there was another study conducted among university students, which is 14 years ago. It says that around 20.9% of university first-year students are having depression, while 41.2% were having anxiety disorders. Okay. And there are some other figures from the Center for Health Protection. In 2012, it says that 4.2% of our adolescents and children were having severe depression, and 14.7% of them were having moderate depression, while 36.4% of them were having mild depression. And in another study, which is the first territorialized epidemiological study conducted in Hong Kong in 2015, it says that Hong Kong people, around 2.9% of them are having depression, and 5.7% are having anxiety disorder, while 6.9% of them are having both anxiety disorder and depression at the same time. So what the figures told us, it tells us that around 10 to 20% of our young people are actually having some kind of mental illnesses or some kind of mental health illnesses symptoms. So like imagine a classroom of around 50 people in a classroom. So there may be 5 to 10 students who are actually struggling with mental illnesses while they are learning. Well, it is an alarming figure, right? And that's why we have to do something to help them. Besides, for the mental health of the students, actually positive campus can help them to learn. With better well-being, they learn better. Well, from the research study, it says that positive emotions can actually breaks us away from using the automatic responses. So we can have a broader attention about what is going on, and we can come up with some new alternative creative way in order to deal with the problems. And we can think from a holistic perspective, like thinking about the whole thing instead of focusing narrowly on one thing. So this is the other reason that why we need a positive campus. And CHK aims to foster a caring culture on campus, and to enhance the mental wellness among staff and students. But how can we do it? And especially in this hybrid learning mode. So I'm going to share some of the initiatives from the students' perspective, which means that the students, after they come to CHK, they will see what they will see in CHK. And they are going to be online and offline because of the hybrid learning mode. Okay, so these are the initiatives relevant to mental health. So first of all is the orientation experience. We have the Welcome On Board campaign. And then we have the campus-wide mental health initiative, which is the Sunshine at CHK. And we have the peer support network and the Flourishing First Year at CHK program, which actually targets at the new students to help them to flourish in CHK. Okay, so this is the orientation platform. Previously, we did orientation face-to-face in person, and they can go around CHK to explore and to see what is there for them. But then now, because of the hybrid learning mode, we moved the orientation platform online. We make the virtual campus by Minecraft. And you can see this is the website. First of all, the student will see there is a mini game for them, and they can receive welcoming message and leave message to their fellow new students. So by pressing start in this page, they will get a toy capsule from the Kashapon. And then opening it, then you will see different kinds of welcoming messages. And you can leave your welcoming messages to your friends, your peers. Besides the mini game, we also provide necessary information in different aspects. First of all, we'll talk about e-learning. In the e-learning sections, we provide tips and practical information for new students to start their new life virtually. And this information can be very practical, like notebook selling. And the second part is information for the non-local students. We'll describe some programs and provide information for non-local new students. The third part is about the support from the alumni and their peers. And the fourth part is Together We Thrive, which is the slogan of Sunshine at CHK. And inside this box, we'll provide some mental health tips, mental health screening, and tree hole at U-Buddies. Tree hole at U-Buddies is something that we are going to talk about later. And for the mental health screening, it is actually we'll put some psychological scales online so they can administer themselves, and that they will receive immediate feedback about their mental health level. And they will also receive suggestions on how to improve their mental health. And the fifth part is SEN. It provides information on the service and tips for students with special education needs. And the sixth part is the Flourishing First Year program, which is a tailor-made program that aims to help new students to flourish, to have good mental health. So this orientation platform actually facilitates students' adjustment by providing tips and practical information for new students. Research shows to us that active problem solving and information seeking can help students to cope with the different stresses and smoothen their adjustment process. And the orientation platform can facilitate the adjustment by introducing the concept of mental wellness and reducing stigma at the beginning of the school. And according to research, it says that mental health literacy, that means knowledge about mental health, can actually let the individuals to know what they can do for prevention, early intervention, and treatment. And we know that stigma is always the biggest barrier for people to seek help. So we have to address these two things at the beginning of the school. And the orientation platform can also facilitate the students' adjustment by establishing peer support network. We will show them what kind of peer support network is here, so that they can they can take the initiative to approach the peer support network. The higher perceived support that the student feel, it predicts better social and academic adjustment. And higher use of student support services can actually predict better social adjustment as well. And social support is, can help with the adjustment directly, and it can help with adjustment indirectly by changing their coping strategies. So this is why we set up the orientation platform. And the second initiative that the students is going to see in CHK is the Sunshine at CHK, the campus-wide mental health initiative. Its slogan is, "Together we thrive." In sunny or rainy days, or in impermanence, together we thrive with hope moment by moment. In fact, you can see that this slogan actually has some kind of elements of acceptance and commitment therapy, which I'm going to talk about later. Okay. Well, Sunshine at CHK, they have 4 different intervention angles. First of all, it will create a campus ambience that CHK put high emphasis on mental wellness. And Sunshine at CHK also have social media to promote mental wellness. And it will also have a website and an app. Like I said, the slogan actually have some kind of elements of acceptance and commitment therapy, because we believe that these elements can actually help us to cope with the uncertainties. Now, we always say that we have to accept the new norm. We have to stay with COVID for a certain period of time. We have to stay with the uncertainties. So how to stay with uncertainty? Our attitude is very important. Like, only if we can truly accept what is happening around us without the judgment, then we can really stay with it. And also being present is another way that we can stay with some uncertainties, because sometimes we cannot, we have to focus on what we have right now and do what we can do right now, instead of focusing in the future, which we have really little control about it. And then the values and committed actions. If we know about our values, then we know what we are going to do next. Okay. So we try to incorporate these elements in different kind of initiative in Sunshine at CHK. Okay. The first thing is the campus ambience. We have different kinds of poster and banners in everywhere of CHK. And we have social media. We know that the students nowadays use Facebook and IG, probably more IG. So we created social media platform to spread the messages of mental wellnesses. And you can search in IG or Facebook the name Sunshine at CHK, then you can see our initiative. And we have created a lot of posts about mental wellnesses. Some of the posts are actually written by our counselor with psychological backgrounds and with some research findings. So, well, we take a lot of effort in creating this page. And we have also created some videos that is about mindfulness, that is about relaxations, to help people to cope with the uncertainties. So maybe we can take 3 minutes to take a look at this video created by the Sunshine at CHK.
呢一刻，你可能覺得好唔開心，壓力好大，甚至乎已經被負面情緒壓到唞唔到氣。可以嘅話，請你俾3分鐘時間照顧自己，好好咁同自己相處。請你揾一個寧靜安穩嘅地方，去慢慢坐低，雙手可以放喺大髀旁邊，雙腳掂地，用一個你覺得舒適嘅方法，平穩咁坐正。如果你鍾意嘅話，可以合埋眼，又或者微微張開雙眼，望住地下嘅一點， 而呢個時間係完全屬於你嘅。首先，請你留意觀察你呢一刻嘅感覺同埋想法，擁抱呢啲感覺、想法，唔需要批判佢哋。請你將注意力溫柔咁轉移到呼吸上面，留意自己嘅呼吸，感受身體吸入同呼出嘅空氣。只係觀察每一次嘅呼吸，唔需要特登咁去控制自己嘅呼吸。慢慢吸氣，呼氣，吸氣，呼氣。如果發現自己分咗心，唔緊要，你可以溫柔咁將注意力帶返去呼吸嗰度，然後請你將呼吸擴展到身體每一個部分，好似佢哋都一齊呼吸咁。留意腹部升同埋降。有需要嘅話，請你將注意力放喺身體繃緊嘅地方，可能係眉頭、牙關、肩頸、手瓜、拳頭、胸腹、大腿、小腿，甚至乎腳趾，讓佢哋都一齊呼吸。當呼氣嘅時候，可以將繃緊嘅感覺都一齊帶走。慢慢吸氣，呼氣，吸氣，呼氣。而家將注意力放喺你身處嘅地方，你會聽到叮一聲。然後等你準備好嘅時候，慢慢打開雙眼，繼續你今日要處理嘅事。我哋已經完成咗呢3分鐘呼吸空間練習，希望你能夠帶住呢一種感覺去到生活嘅每一刻，同埋好好多謝自己利用咗呢3分鐘時間去照顧自己。
Okay, so this is the 3 minutes mindfulness exercise that is, developed by the Sunshine CHK. In case you are more interested in other videos created by Sunshine and CHK, feel free to go to the Facebook and the IG account to have a look at it. Okay. And Sunshine and CHK also provide summaries of all the mental health activities available on campus, so to encourage students to join these activities. Okay. We'll have the mobile app and website because now they are under development and under revamp, so we are unable to show you right now, but the website is going to be launched late in December or early January, so stay posted. Okay. The first initiative that a student will see in CHK is the buddy system. We have different kinds of buddy systems. The first one is the U-Buddies program. It is actually a program that trains peer counselors. The training includes adventure training camp, peer counseling skills, mental health first aid, practicum and supervisions. And after they are trained to be U-Buddies, they have the obligations to provide counseling and support to their peers, and also to hold some service projects for CHK undergraduate students. U-Buddies at Treehole, U-Buddies crossover Treehole is actually one of the service projects by the U-Buddies. So you can see the videos that is created by Treehole to introduce this service. Okay, so let's take a look.
Bye bye. 辛辛苦苦考完 DSE， 到頭來咩都冇 ，grad trip 又冇 ，O camp 入邊 O camp， 得翻個算學位。
死佬又冇工開，又仲掛住飲，使我同你離婚啊？
得啦，陪你啊！
唉，原來大半年會同啲 friend 打波。
So this is the Facebook page of Treehole crossover UBuddies. And there is a Chinese saying that if you have a secret you don't want to tell anyone, then tell the treehole. And this treehole exactly serves the same purpose. So if you have a secret and you want to share with someone, then you can tell treehole. But this treehole is a little bit different, that they will respond. And you can choose the responses of the treehole by choosing, well, you asking for comfort, all kind of comments or some positive energies. And these are some examples of people's message and how treehole responses. Well, every time treehole responses with empathy and maybe somehow suggestions and comments. Okay, so that is for the UBuddies, the support systems. And we also have the UShine support, peer support network, which is especially for serving the student with special education needs. So these student volunteers, they will join this UShine program, and then they will carry out different services to help with students with special education needs. And we also have the UPALS Wellness Promotion Team. UPALS actually is similar to UBuddies, but their service targets is different. They are doing the mental wellness promotions to undergraduate students who are non-local students. And UPALS also have an IG page that is managed by them. And we also have the iAmbassador time zone-based ambassadors. These ambassadors help to promote cultural exchange and to help non-local and to help non-local students to acculturate into the local communities. And we also have GLEAM, which is the Learning Enhancement Ambassador. They work more like on the way to help with the academic support, learning, that kind of thing. Okay. So the fourth initiative is the Flourishing First Year at CHK. And this year we have the theme of Loserology, a journey from winner to learner. We hope to change the fixed mindset of our students to a growth mindset. And what is growth mindset? Growth mindset is actually, we know that our ability is not fixed. By paying effort, then we can learn something new and we can expand our abilities. And we see failures as a chance to grow from it, instead of failures as the full stop of your journey. Okay, so you can see these videos made by our alumni about the growth mindset. We hope that by learning the growth mindset, it can help us to cope with failures and grow from them. Okay, so maybe take a look at the video. So the video tried to reframe the difficulty that students encountered during online learning into an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to form new relationships with different kind of friends. And this program, we also take reference of the elements of positive psychology in designing our program. We use the PERMA model, which is the positive emotion, engagement, relationship, meanings, and accomplishments. So there are 5 elements in positive psychology, and so we have 5 different modules in this program. And these are the first 2 modules that we have. The first 2 modules are on positive emotions and engagement, and we have a series of workshops on these different modules. Okay. So these are the initiatives that the student will see when they are in CHK, when they first come to CHK. But if the presentation is like a movie, the credit list will be super, super long. Well, behind the scene, it involved the students and the alumni. You can see from the 3 videos, they all involve the alumni or the students. And it involves a lot of collaboration with other units, because we know that how to make a positive campus does not depend on only one department or unit, but the concerted effort of all CHK units, for example, the academic units, colleges, professional and administrative units, research units, staff organization, and student organizations. Most of them, even the frontline staff, the administrative staff, and the professor, and from different units. For example, the library, college, faculty, they attend the staff training on mental wellness, and they are doing their job to support the students emotionally, promoting mental wellness. And if they need extra assistance or help, then they will consult us or make referrals to us. So even front staff at the library, they are well equipped with mental health knowledge, and they are doing their job. So it is the continuous and concerted effort that is of paramount importance in fostering mental wellness on the campus. So these are the reference lists. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Yong, for sharing the continuous efforts in building a positive campus. The floor is now open for Q&A section. We have received a question from Ms. Yong. That is, the self-financed sector may not have sufficient resources as compared to UGC sector when it comes to mental health promotion. Any advice?
Well, I think money is always the very important factors in deciding how big the mental health initiative can be. But I guess sometimes we can do something small to first start with. I'm not sure how much money the sector have, but I guess, well, it can be like step by steps. Maybe first of all, not to make the campus-wide promotions, but maybe first of all work with the staff, because the staff is always the first person that the student will see. So maybe you can start with some kind of staff training, equip them with some kind of mental wellness informations. And then, or maybe if you want to send out some kind of psychoeducation materials to the students, well, actually, we don't need to be creating an online platform, social media, etc. Maybe we can do like mass mailing, some kind of important information, so the student can also have a brief ideas about what mental wellness and mental health is.
Good idea. The next question is, what are the key barriers CUHK faces in running the mental health initiatives?
The major barriers, I think now is actually much better, because we have been running this for quite some years, like maybe around 5 years. But the barriers that we encountered before is the collaboration with different units. Yeah, because it is something new, and not many, because it is something, because it is something new, not many people, student or staff know about its importances. So at first, it is a little bit difficult for us to promote the information to everyone, and to let everyone know that it is that important, and that everyone has a part on it. So maybe this is the first barrier that we have.
Another question, My concern about the setup of Treehoe on social media is number one, the difficulty in managing and controlling the content being posted. And number two, spreading of negative emotions to other students. Any thoughts or advice?
Okay, so for the first questions, well, the U-Buddies is actually a peer support network, but the Wellness and Counseling Center actually giving support to this peer support network. So in case they have any difficulties in responding the messages, they can seek help from us. And well, I think they are, before they manage this Facebook page, they are well equipped with some kind of peer counseling techniques. Okay, so we don't really worry about what they replies, and in case they need help, we can help. And for the second question,
Spreading of negative
spreading
emotions
of
to
negative
other
emotions,
students?
yes, right. Well, I think positive and negative emotions are equally important, and they are equally necessary for a human being. Yeah, so I don't think that spreading negative emotion is that bad, as long as the negative emotions is well addressed by the other parties. Yeah. So if they spread the negative emotion on Facebook, most important is how the Treehoe responded.
So here we go, the last question. How does CUHK Office of Student Affairs engage internal staff to raise their awareness, knowledge, and skills in mental health support?
Well, I think it is not us to engage. It is the university decision. So it comes from the whole university that CHK wants everyone to be aware of the importance of mental wellness and to equip with some knowledge about mental wellness. So I guess it is not just the OSA issues. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Yong, for the insightful sharing and answering our audience question. This section has come to an end. Now let's have a 10-minute break. The next section will start at 3:10. See you.